second. I'm trying to find you, Clinton. I think I heard your voice there. Where's Clinton? Are you there? To let everybody in. I hope you're going to be there. Here we are. Yeah. Good stuff. Just trying to find you. Here we are. Hang on, I've done the wrong thing now. Oh, bloody hell. Wrong thing there. Sorry, my mistake. Look, clicking on the wrong button. It's not age, it's youth. Just making you the co-host. There we are. So you can do your clicking job. You're as good as Miriam McCabe at the click job.
Please.
You're too young to know what I'm talking about, I know. She's famous for the click song, for those who are too young to know that. Afternoon. Everyone. Right, there we go. Just before I switch over the charts, just want to say my name is Roger. If you're new to this, we're going to do a session now on the non-farm payroll data release at 2:30. It's in the US, very, very important for those who are not aware of it. And I'm going to show the mechanics of the trade in about a minute. Just want to say hi, it's Roger. You can post on the chat line. You can unmute if you like, but probably just quick on the chat line. It's very important that you understand the mechanics. So when we're going to enter the trade, probably about 25 past 2 or just before, then you're all set and ready to do it. I also want to mention I do the trading room. I host that 9:30 to 11 o'clock every day, weekdays that is, not Saturday, Sunday. Very important, guys, if you can join us there and to hopefully eliminate some of the trade mistakes people are making just because they weren't aware. Join me there and we'll assist you as much as we can. We've got a few guys, I recognize the names, who do join the trade room, and they'll probably second that it is of use to you to do that. Okay. And the other aspect is, yeah, maybe if you remind me, I'll put my WhatsApp number down and even the trading room Zoom IDs down later. In fact, if you've got a moment, maybe Clinton, you can put the trading room Zoom ID down for me, copy and paste it, whilst I'm concentrating on doing this thing here. Okay, so there, and have a pitfall day, Marcus, absolutely. Great stuff, NK, good stuff. Now, yeah, so there it is. Remember, you interact. It's very important. If you don't understand, let me know and I'll do it again. So this is where we're going to start off. If you come in about 20, well, you guys are obviously here, but people join about 20 past, it's not going to give me enough time to explain the mechanics of it. If you joined at 20 past and you've done it before, it doesn't really matter. Okay, hope that all makes sense. Thanks, Clinton. Right, and good luck with the emotions, yeah. Okay, I'm just going to share the screen now. Where is it now? If you can't see it, just let me know. I assume you can hear me because you put the what you call it, TR stuff up there. So Clinton can hear me. I assume everyone else can. If you can't, I'm sorry, guys. It's the audio's your side, not this side. If you can't see the chart, let me know. You should be able to. Now, good. Thank you. Now, just want to explain, some guys want to do the NAS, the Dow. I don't always say the NAS simply because you might do very well out of it. There's quite a wide spread. You can, if you've done it before, you can do gold, you can do any dollar-related instrument you feel comfortable with. Probably not the CHF-JPY or the CAD. Sorry, CHF. Get rid of this thing. It's confusing me. Probably not the US dollar, Swiss franc, or the dollar CAD. Suggest you don't do those two. But if you like the euro dollar, or you like AUD dollar, the GBP dollar, or gold, or NZD dollar, go for it. But I chatted to a couple of people in the trading room and we did the euro dollar and gold in the past. This time we think they suggest we maybe do the dollar yen. So if you've done it before, choose obviously the instrument of your choice. You might do two of them. It's up to you. If you're quick enough on the finger pushing, you can do that. But for the newer guys in here, I've chosen the dollar yen. Okay, so if you haven't done it before, suggest you go onto the 15-minute chart. And I've zoomed in. Is that zoomed in or zoomed out? Sorry. I don't know. I've been doing this for years. Always get the wrong way around. Zoom out on the 15-minute chart so you can see it clearly. Why 15 minutes? Not because it's a daily or week, nothing to do with it. It's just because you can see it clearer. No problem. You know what I mean? When you're trying to navigate from one village to another, you don't have a world map in front of you. You need to zoom out to see it. Okay. No other reason for that. Somebody asked why. Okay. So there we are. We got that up, and I'm going to show you that now. I'm going to explain it. Those who know it, just let me know. If you don't know it, do it again. Never mind whether you feel embarrassed, say you don't get it. We'll do it again. We'll do it again. We got the time. That's why I'm starting at 2 o'clock, so everyone knows enough to be able to place the trade. If you haven't got it by 20 past, it's probably a bit late because you need at least 5 minutes to place the trade, unless you're very experienced, and you'd know it anyway. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. If you haven't done it before, put up the dollar-yen on the 15-minute. And then what you do then is called a straddle buy stop, sell stop. Not buy limit, not sell limit, not market execution. Buy stop, sell stop. So before we do it, I hope you got a pen and paper here. You should always do it if you want to be professional, make a note of it. If you're going to do gold, I suggest $2 above and below. If you're doing the NAS or the Dow, 25 pips above and below. And if you're doing the currencies, 10 pips above and below. But for currencies, you can work on a volume of 80 Rand per 0.01. We call that a micro. 0.1 is a mini, a standard lot is 1.0. So you can work it on at 80 Rand. What's that in dollars? What's that? It's 10, it's about what, $4. Yeah, work on, I know it's 18 something, call it 20. So work it on $4 or 80 Rand per micro. So if you want to risk, I don't know, well, do the maths. I'm not here to teach you basic 2-year-old arithmetic. I'm sure you know enough to do the maths. So everyone's got a different volume. Please don't ask me what volumes to put in because I don't know your account size. If you've got $1 million, you've got a 2,000 or 10,000. Yeah. So work out your risk and what's acceptable to you as a percentage of your balance, and work out. You go a little bit higher volume wise you normally would because the risks are there. There's no doubt about the risks are there, but it's not as high as normal, and the returns can be, as I say, not the returns, sorry, the probability is more on your side than the normal. We've got about 80% have done okay, which is not bad so far. Some guys don't do okay out of it. I'm sorry to say, if they don't do okay and everyone else has made a profit, clearly they've pushed the wrong button. So if 70% of the people made a profit and 5% of people made a loss, clearly they've done something wrong. So follow the trade. It's not that difficult. Don't be frightened. It's not difficult. Okay. Right. So the gold, I would say $2, make it 40 Rand a micro. If you're doing gold, 40 Rand a micro. And if you're doing currencies, 80 Rand a micro. Divide that by 20 to get in dollars. Okay. So $2 for gold and $4 for the currencies. Okay. Righty. Okay. Now you can if you want. We're going to do the dollar-yen, but you can put on gold if you want. Okay. $2 above, $2 below. This will be 10 pips above and below. Okay. Right. So what you do then, where's the dollar-yen? You go here and you double click. There you are. And up it comes. Right. Now, whatever you do, you don't want to get filled. Is that the right amount? That's not the right amount. Let's work it out there. Rand, what did it say? Is 80. That's 10, 800, 200, 2.5. Sorry. Ignore my volume. Everyone does it. It's the ones they're prepared to risk. Okay. You put in what you're prepared to risk. Do the maths. You get the idea. All right. Just remember that. If it was a different account, work on $4 or 80 Rand a micro. I've got 25 micros in there. You put in 50, 100 or 2 or 4 or whatever it is. That's your responsibility. Don't bother stop loss or TP. You can put in after the data release. That's all you need. Then you've got to change this here to pending order. And then you go to buy stop. And then you've got to put 10 pips above the buy, not 10 pips above the sell, 10 pips above the buy. Don't do it now. I'm showing you how to do it. Please don't put it in now. I'm teaching you how to do it. If you already know how to do it, just sit and watch or whatever you want to do. I'm showing you the mechanics. Don't place it now. Okay. I don't want it to get filled, either side to get filled before the release. Okay. So it's going to be 142.82. And then you press place. It's going to make sure I can see it by doing this. trade levels. There, I see it placed. Okay. If you want to see it there, you go right click on the chart there and click on trade levels down here. Now I'm going to put a sell stop in. I go there as before, change market execution to pending order, change buy limit as it turns out to sell stop, get sure your volume is correct. And then you're going to put the price in 142 minus 10 of the sell price. In this case, it's 43. You got it? 0.43, beg your pardon. There you are. That's it. So I'm going to buy stop, a sell stop, because I don't know what's going to happen after the release. You can ask what I think. It doesn't matter. What happens is what happens. If it's good for the dollar, right, it's going to go shooting up. If you got the euro dollar, it'll go opposite because euro is the base currency. The euro dollar, the dollar is the secondary currency. So you buy and sell the base currency. If it's good for the dollar, it'll go shooting up. So you got the euro dollar, it'll go shooting down, obviously, because it'll be weak for the euro because the dollar is strengthened. Right. If it goes shooting up, the first thing you do before you do anything else is delete your sell stop. You don't want to be caught in a whiplash. You get caught in both. So if taking that out, you click on this one, you go to whatever you like and get rid of it. You delete your sell stop, and then you can put your well, I'll discuss with you where you can put stop loss in after the release. Don't worry about that till it occurs. Okay. So then you're in the market, right? Then it goes shooting up, hopefully goes shooting up, might not. It depends on the release. It might be a damp squib. It might come exactly as expected. I forgot what is expected, actually, after all that. Just check on my economic calendar. What is it again? Sorry, I've forgotten now. That was very, very professional, wasn't it? Sorry, I'll get this out of the way. So much clutter on my other screen there. Non-farm payrolls, 179K jobs are expected to be added. Okay, so right, see what happens from there. Well, quarter mine says 149. Am I looking at the right thing there? No, I'm looking at the wrong thing there. Sorry, 200K. I was looking at the wrong thing. Thanks, Rickus. Okay, yeah, it's you're quite right. Beg your pardon. 200K is expected to be added. Okay. Right. If it's much higher than that, it probably have a strength for the dollar. If it's much lower than that, it might have a weak, but it depends on a lot of variables. Don't worry about that. Explain that in the trading room. I haven't got time now. Why it could be so many variables. So all we're going to do, we're not going to worry about all that. We're going to do a no-brainer. Don't worry about the reasons why. I'll discuss that in the trading room. So if it's bad for the dollar, hopefully it'll be different to 200K. Let's say it's 100K or 125K or 400K. Let's say it's bad for the dollar. Hopefully we get a decent movement. I don't know, it might be a disappointment. If nothing happens, which is rare, very rare, but it can, then you delete both and say a bit of a damp squib, a bit of an anticlimax, one of those things. Then we do the CPI next Thursday, this coming week, next Thursday, okay? Whenever that date is, 4 or 5 days time, 6 days time, okay? But if it's very different, I don't know that. So don't be disappointed if it's the same. Don't look at it's my fault. I have no idea. All I can say is we hope it's going to be different, okay? So if it takes this one out, the sell stop out, you immediately delete this one, and then I'll show you what stop loss to put in. You run it down. I hope you make a nice profit. We're going to try and take advantage of movement either side. Why I'm suggesting you don't put in as yet, because we don't want either this stop order or that order to be filled before 2:30 data release. Okay, that's very important. So let's say this one is taken out, you go shooting up. Then you just delete this one. I'm deleting this way. You can delete any way you want. You can go and delete it down here or double click or delete any way you want. If you don't operate the platform, leave here, go to platform training. Don't come back till you can, because that is a primary responsibility of the trader. If, however, it comes shooting down here, then I'll clearly delete this one. Okay, and then I'll run with that one. Are we all clear on that? Don't worry about hedging fundamentals. Come to the trading room. This is purely a technical buy, sell, stop to try and take advantage that often occurs, a big movement in the price. Okay, got that, Dylan. Okay, now I can do it again if you haven't got it. I'll do it 2, 3 times. We've got the time. It's up to you to be on it and tell me you don't have it so I don't run out of time. Why do you think one gets nervous? That's emotional. when you're new to get in the car, you're nervous. Once you've been driving for a long time, then you start breaking the law and getting greedy and driving too fast. Pure human emotions, fear and greed. Please again. Right. Dollar yen, 15-minute candle. Make sure it's zoomed out nicely like this. And you go to the dollar yen, you double click on it. You change market execution to pending order. And then you change buy limit to buy stop. You put in the volume you want, 80 Rand a micro or a 40 Rand a micro doing gold. I suggest your first time, clear it is, you haven't done it before. Use dollar yen, okay? And work out your volumes, 80 Rand a micro. 0.01 a micro. Okay, work out your volumes, what you're prepared to risk. Okay, then you put in 10 pips above the buy price. So you put 142. Well, clearly 67 and 10 is not exactly advanced mathematics. You put in 10 pips above that. Then you place the order and it comes up there. If it doesn't come up there, right click, go to trade levels, left click on that, and it'll come up, you'll see it. Right, then you go to, where is it now? Dollar yen again. And this time you're going to put a sell stop in. So you go market execution, pending, sell stop, and then put your volume, well, it should default the same one anyway. That's going to be 142 minus 10. That's going to be 142.52. Okay. 142.52. Okay. And then place that. Now you're in. Now, when it, let's say it's now pretend example, not now, got it, example, guys. It's 2:30, and that takes in, you delete, you must remember to delete the unfilled order, and then you run with that. Now, I'll talk you through the whole system after it's released, what's happening, what to put the stop loss in. But don't put a stop loss in now, you don't need it. One hedges the other, don't worry about it. If you want to put a stop loss in, that's up to you. I'm just going to move this out the way because it's coming off a bit. Move this down a bit. Don't you play games there. I'm just showing you the basic mechanics of this stage. Okay. I don't want to get filled. That's got to keep doing that. Okay. Right. Now, if that gets hit, delete that one. If neither get hit after a first few seconds, you see it's doesn't really know what it's going to do. Don't want to be caught in a buy or sell. Delete them both. And then it's one of those things. Off you go. Enjoy your weekend. Stay calm and cool. Yeah. Let Anna-Marie do the panicking. Yeah, let Farney and Dirk and Chris and Clinton and Anna-Marie, you can do you can do the panicking.
you are so good for me to say I can do the panic.
You can do the panicking.
I'll do
That's
the panic.
right.
We'll do the panic on my own.
You panic on your own. Dirk
Yeah.
keeps his feet on the ground and you do the panicking.
No. He's got my laptop, and I'm going to do it on this desktop. And I'm going to do it right this time.
Okay.
So I'm leaving you guys now.
Okay. Well, you got support. Nick is going to panic with you. You see,
Oh,
unfortunately,
thanks,
being a cowboys don't cry, egocentric male, I'm panicking, but I can't pretend I am. So cowboys don't cry, but deep inside, I'm panicking all the time. But don't tell the
Yes.
rugby lads, I beg of you. Okay.
Okay, everybody, good luck. Bye.
Let your pulse do the running. I like it. Yeah, I've done that before. Don't you panic. Let your pulse do the running. Exactly. Andrew, you've done this before. You've been around a bit. If your finger is fast enough, in other words, if you're a concert pianist, you can do 2 if you like, as long as your finger is quick enough to play around with it. Okay. Like Clinton. Actually, you haven't met Clinton's wife. You should see her on the Excel. I once watched her about 3-4 years ago. It's watching a piano virtuoso. I'm just sort of standing there in awe, actually just flicking through there. I'm sorry to butter up your good lady there, but I just couldn't believe it. And I'm a one-finger typist, and she's typing about 100 words a second, never mind a minute. If you can do that, you can do 3 or 4. Depends on your speed. 10 pips above and below, and 80 around a micro. I don't know what the direction is. Why do you think we're being a buy stop, sell stop, Vincent? Please, got to start exercising our cranial here. If I knew which way it's going to go, I wouldn't be bothering with this. I wouldn't even tell you about it. I'd be putting my house, money, wife, kids, dogs, cats, the whole lot on it, and see you in the Bahamas on my luxury yacht. I don't know. That's why we're doing a buy stop, sell stop. Very important to understand that. Because the guys there in the trade room said they want to do the yen instead of the euro dollar for a change. Didn't go last time. Why not? You do what you like. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Have we all got that? That's the most important. We've got a few new guys in here. We want to encourage them to join in the trade room, start learning how to learn proper trading principles by joining the trade room. It's posted on the chat line now. Take a note of it. If you try to trade just on the theory without getting the practical knowledge, you probably know yourself you trade already. You're going to see a bummer. Come into the trade room and get those ironed out, those basics sorted out. If you can't do it, well, don't blame me if you turn winners into losers, which a lot of people are doing, especially on the trade signals. A lot of losing trades at the stop loss, but we're stopped out in a profit way before that. Join us in the trading room. Okay. Right. So everybody got that. Last one quickly, if you haven't, before we're going to start putting the orders in. Well, take gold then. Anyone not know how to do it? We'll do it one quick time. Yeah, I know it's 11 minutes. What I'm saying is anybody not quite sure how to place the trade. If not, I can do it one quick time, and that will be the last time before the guys have to start start to concentrating to place the trade. Everybody got this, or one last time, I need to act on it and tell me. Not in half an hour like now. One more time. Thank you. Right. Delete these. Delete this one. Try and delete it, that is. Right, you go to the dollar yen. If you do it the first time, well, go to the dollar yen, 15-minute chart. Right, put in your volumes, 80 rand a micro. You work your own maths on your risk, on your equity management. You do that. If you can't do that, well, don't know what to say. Right, work that out, and then you're going to put in, sorry, don't do anything. You're going to go from market execution to pending order. You're going from buy limit to buy stop, and then you're putting in 10 pips above the buy, not the sell, the buy price. Okay, the difference between the two is the spread. Okay, that's the market maker spread. Was it 61? Make it 71. Okay, and then you place the trade. Okay, if you can't see that, right click, go to trade levels, right click on empty part of the chart, 2/3 the way down, click on trade levels, and it'll come up. You'll see it there. Got it? Right, now, double click. Then go to market execution, pending order, change the buy limit to the, to the sell stop, right? Put in your volumes defaulted. What's that? 142 minus 10, 142.43. Got it? 142.43. And then you place the order. Now you got above and below. That's come off a bit. You don't get yet, don't put in yet. You get well, you can if you want, but make sure you don't get filled. If you're more experienced, you put in half an hour ago if you want, because you know the score. But new guys don't get this. They get the order filled, and then they come a cropper. So don't put it in if you're first timer until I give you the word. But make it 25 past, okay? Give you time to put in, and the chance of getting filled is pretty small. Okay. Right. Got it now, whoever asked for that. 10 pips above, 10 pips below, Lutunda. There you are. Have you got that, Jonah? Good stuff. Got it. Fantastic. Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know what it's going to be. It depends what the release is. Nobody except maybe Jerome Powell knows what it's going to be. And he'll go to jail for life if he acts on it. So we'll wait anyway. You got it. Got it. Simple as that. So we know it's going to go up or down. That's the point. We know it's going to be a buy or an order. Don't put a sell. Just do as I say. You know, we just do as I say. It's not complicated. Promise you, find this too complicated, it gets a bit more complicated when we do normal trading. This is hopefully a simple, hopefully, depending on the release of the figures, a way to make a quick buck. It could be a damp squib, but we hope it's going to be different. We shall see. Because one hedges the other. This is the stop loss down here, because if that clicks out and shoots that one, that'll be a sell, it'll be a buy. It's like putting a red and black at the same time in the casino. One hedges the other. Okay. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. One edges the other. But once let's say it hits the buy, you delete that, then you can put a stop loss in. If the sell gets filled, you delete the buy and you can put a stop loss in and run with there. But I'll be around anyway till after that. I've got load shedding at 3, by the way. It takes time to switch over from my fiber to my router. So we get kicked off at 3. It won't matter. Probably finish by then anyway. Just, you know what? I'm not being rude. That's what's happened. Hope you got that, John. Got it. Fine. Right. And I haven't got enough time to teach it again. If you still don't understand, watch what we do, and then we'll catch in the CPI next Thursday. Okay. Same principle. I think it might even be more important, that one. But we shall see. And you ask Anna Marie, she's done the euro dollar, pound dollar, and she's done quite a few of them, not just the ones I do the session on. With them, sometimes doesn't know, 100%. There's always a risk involved, but most of the time she's come out okay. I think she did one yesterday on the pound release, or her husband did. I think you having a problem with the computer or whatever. But you get the idea. It's quite a nice little system here. And don't forget, if it works for you, I want you to donate some money to my favorite charity, Successful Stockbrokers Without Yachts. So if you can do that, I'd be very grateful. That's a joke, by the way. I don't think anyone's going to donate to a successful stockbroker to buy a luxury yacht. I can't see that charity's going to take off. That's a joke.
We might sponsor you a dinghy.
You might buy me a dinghy, yeah. That's right. I'll sell past, the Arab millionaires, Saudi billionaires' yachts in my dinghy and give them 2 fingers. Good idea. Yeah, park that dinghy in Monaco. How's that? Get it? Yeah. So it's 24 past. I'm thinking start placing your trades now, your buy stop, sell stop. I gave you the mechanics. You should know it now. And just keep an eye, make sure it's not filled. It should be fairly quiet volumes now. It normally very quiet leading up to the non-farms. It's very, very important. So it doesn't care if it's the middle of the night in Australia or Japan or wherever, people will be up, brokers will be up looking at it. If your broker is not staring at this at the moment, I'd question your broker. If he's having a pub lunch when this is on, I'd question your broker. And here's a little tip. Don't call your broker 5 minutes before non-farms. He might not take the call. If he does, he might not be polite. Let's make money, Fritz. That's a good idea. But don't blame me if it comes out as a damp squib. We did a trade in euro dollar, hey, Anna Marie, a couple of days or so ago. Nothing happened, so we had to cancel both the buy and the sell stop, and the day went ahead. We shall see. We don't know till after the event. Right, focus. Good point, actually. No time to banter now. It's coming up 4 minutes. Concentrate getting the thing in right. Don't listen to me. Just get the thing in right. Make sure you don't have a fat finger. That's pressing the wrong button. Yes, a good point, Fritz. You can hear the silence, the build-up, the excitement, the tension, the adrenaline flying. as he comes into bowl, right? Are they going to win the Ashes or not? Or better still, a penalty kick, silence in the stand. This kick goes in and the penalty kick shootout. South Africa have won the World Cup. You live in hope, do you, John? Fritz, I don't want to be nasty here, but you won't. Your wife will. No. Take the bull for a ride, yeah. Can you feel the tension building? Some people are leaving now because they just can't take the strain. Minute half to lift off, Houston. Countdown soon. Better not be a bloody damn squib for the first time for everybody here, really. Better be 400 or 100 or something, but big difference anyway. Don't talk about Andrew Foggill. You put a buy stop, sell stop in. If you think it's going to go up, don't want to put the sell stop in. That's your choice. I wouldn't anyway. And it doesn't matter if the sell stop's not filled anyway. It's irrelevant. You just delete it anyway afterwards anyway, so it's irrelevant. Might as well put them both in. Unless we get a whiplash. Hope to goodness don't get a whiplash. That's happened. Don't want to scare you, but it has happened. Which shoots up and down. You filled in both. Then you have to cancel one of them. Hadn't happened the last few months, thank goodness, but touch wood, it won't happen this time either. Few seconds to go, guys. 20 seconds to go. Well, I hope there's a storm, Dirk. You've done it before, eh? Here's a man to speak to. He's done so okay by it. He wouldn't miss this for all the tea in China, eh? Right, it's leading up now. Seems to be coming. Wait for it. Wait for it. What's happening? Nothing. Ah, there we go. Delete. Oh, well. Delete this one quick. You don't want to be filled in both. See, I'm deleting it. Ah! Fuck. I think I'm in both. Whiplash. Excuse my language. Sorry about that. Bugger, I think I'm in both. Shit. Should I leave it? I'll leave that as a stop. See if it can make its mind up. What did it come out as? Fairly close. 187k. It's a tiny difference. 13k difference. Unlucky for this one. Bugger, it wasn't quick enough to delete. Looks like I'm in both. And everyone else is in both. I'm leaving that as my stop loss and this one. If this continues downwards, which I hope it does, I'll just have to delete this guy. I'm going to risk deleting it now. Bugger it. So I made a loss on that one, and I haven't made enough to up on that one. Bugger it. Ah, Scheisenhausen. I'll leave it for a little bit longer. One's hedging the other, as you can probably gather. No, I'll leave it for a moment or two. That's the problem. He doesn't know what to make of it. That's the whiplash I was frightened of. That's the risk involved. So I'm in two open positions now, going the opposite ways. But that's what I say. It's not 100%. We've had about an 80% hit rate. That's good enough for me. More than trading. It's about one in, it's 2 out of 3 in trading. This is 4 out of 5. It's usually quite good. Hopefully it's going to start coming off. And if you're in the dollar Swiss franc in your normal trade, if you want it to come off, it'll help your Swiss franc trade. Are you in the buy? Are you not in the sell? Okay, well, I'm leaving that because it's hedging. One's hedging the other.
I'm also in both.
Yeah, it happened. I got
slow.
caught. I was too slow. I tried to get there in time. I just missed it. It shot up and then bang down there. So I'm leaving them both to hedge. See if it can make its mind up. This is about the worst situation when it gets like that.
I'm just in the buy, but it's in a negative. Should I put my stop loss at 142, 145?
142.14, okay. You can if you like. It's fine.
Okay. Thank you, Roger.
That's a pity. Well, at least you're quick enough there. Unfortunately, like you, finally, I'm in both. If you're worried about your first time doing it, don't be discouraged. You ask Dirk. He's been doing this last 3-4 months with me, and I think he's had about 90% hit rate on it. So, you know, if you win 9 out of 10 or 8 out of 10, you're happy chappies. Also, whiplash, that would do, yeah. There was a huge whiplash. I just mentioned it can happen. That's the risk involved. It's not guaranteed. Pity about that. Didn't know what to make of it because the difference was so little. There's always a risk. They are 90% per there percent. So if you can go join a trading group that gets you 80-90% hit rate, you don't mind taking 10-20% losses because your winners are far higher. As you get my point. Well, we'll have to see how it goes. If it starts to settle down in one direction, I'll have to delete the other one. But it's not a wide one. What's it? What did I get at 1435 and 1470? It's about a 40 pip difference. As much as that. 10 shouldn't be much as that. 75 and 45. That's got. Oh yeah, of course the spread. So the spread's about 5 or 6. So it's about a 30 pip. The spread made it look larger than it actually is. But that's a stop. And 40 pips with the spread stop is not a bad deal. You know what I mean? And for the size of your volumes, it's way within your risk profile, so you should be okay. I'm just going to leave that. I'm in anyway. And if it start going up a bit, actually, I prefer it to go down personally, because I'm in the dollar Swiss franc. But that being as it may, as long as one comes to the party. If one comes to the party, I'll I'll delete that sell order, take the loss, and it may put a stop loss in. You're in the buy. You didn't get in the short. Well, that's all right, John. So you want to be up. But as you can see, it just doesn't know what to do. You know what's happening now? All over the world, there's literally millions. I'm not exaggerating. Literally millions of people don't know what to make of it. They're getting it out. High-speed traders getting it out as we speak at the moment because they don't know what to make of it. They have no idea. Believe me, if they don't know, you and I don't know. So just let it run. Settle down soon.
Good afternoon,
dollar
Roger.
will boost Tesla. Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon, Roger. Can you hear me?
Just a second.
Hello?
I can indeed. Yep, I can. Yep.
Yes, I just heard you said you're expecting a sell actually, but then I don't know because it's at an area of value at support, and there's a hammer, if I'm not mistaken, which could.
Don't worry about that.
Possibly... Oh, okay.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about hammers. This is a fundamental. Hammers, dojis, Gulf, Morningstar, irrelevant. Don't know about technicals. This is a fundamental. It'll go through a technical like a knife through butter. It's total traders' indecision what to make of the news that's come out. That's why it's dancing all over the place. And I didn't say it was a sell, didn't say it was a buy. I don't know. Right in the minute, it doesn't know itself. It's right in between the two. The market has no idea what to do at the moment. For Dirk, the first time you've seen the last 3-4, I have seen that before. That's why I say don't put all your money on it. It's not a guarantee. This can happen. We've had the whiplash. Our first time in 4 months, we've had a whiplash. Okay, so we don't know. I have no idea. Nobody has the slightest, even Jerome Powell doesn't bloody know. So we've got to wait to see. Don't worry about technicals, got squat to do it. The market out there has got to find out whether this is going to be good news or bad news for the dollar. Until that, they can make their mind up. I'm going to leave those two open positions because one is hedging the other. I don't need a stop loss until I close one of them. And if I close a sell order, I'll put a stop loss in the buy. If I close the buy, I'll put a stop loss in the sell. At the moment, I'll leave that to hedge. And the weaker dollar should boost Tesla, yeah. You're in Tesla. I mean, if you're private on a personal level, you're short the dollar, yeah, like I am the dollar Swiss franc. Clearly, I hope the sell order is going to kick in. But either way, I'm more concerned about you guys coming out of this first time with some sort of profit. But if you don't, understanding why and realizing without all frightened off that ongoing, you speak to the other guy like Dirk has done before, the small risk is well worth the doing. Because it often gone off on a weekend with a very nice profit. Thank you very much. And get rid of any idea it's only 100% in this business. Once you get 100%, you don't have a market. Remember, a market's made up of buyers and sellers. Always remember that. If you know to buy, you won't be able to buy it because no one will sell it to you. If you know it's going down, you can't sell it because no one's going to buy it off you. You've got to have a counterparty who takes the opposite view to you to create the market. Always remember that. So looking for the no-brainer, forget it. In life as well. There's no such thing as a sure thing, yeah. Well, there is. At this stage, I can say for sure things that sun will rise in the east tomorrow and set in the west. I think pretty sure thing as well. I don't think many countries are going to be reducing taxes just now. Well, they'll wait till election time. And Qatar, you're quite right, the tax, yeah. See, has no idea. Here's a good example to watch that. Here's an instruction. The market hasn't the slightest idea. You can look for all the hammers, the dojis, the Bollinger Bands, the, I don't know, the morning stars, the bearish, bullish, engulfing candles. Well, please yourself, mate. Doesn't make any, it's irrelevant. The market, the buyers and sellers do not know. Is it a buy or a sell? Nobody knows. And that's gone on now for 8 minutes. Like for millions of people out there having a cooking clue whether it's going to go up or down. Total face up. I like that, Pietro. I'll read out your typo error. Total face up. But that happened the first time the last few months, so don't panic. If you get 8 or 9 wins and you get 1 loss, don't cry. It happens. Okay, this is the longest, to be honest, I've been doing this for a while. It's the longest period of total, utter, complete decision I've ever seen. I've been doing it for many years. That's the longest. This is a record for the longest indecision. So this is not normal. Yeah. I'm glad you can laugh. So at least that's probably the best tonic of the lot. Start laughing. It's so ridiculous.
Sorry, I didn't know I was still on mic. It's just, I think you're in a better position than I am because I'm just stuck on the buy. I got out of the sell real quickly before it hit the sell. So
that's
you're
fine.
actually in the
No, I
didn't.
yeah, but don't worry about it. That's all right. That's fine. All you do is put your stop loss in, away you go. I'm just using my sell order as my stop loss, if you like, because I'm in both. So at the moment, if I gain 10, I'm on one, I'm losing 10 the other. If you get it. So I'm totally hedged on that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like you say, this is the longest because
I've
it's
never seen
over
that. Ever.
a 60 pip spread. Just that line. It's a 60 pip spread that happened in this last 15 minutes or 10 minutes. It's a massive movement.
And
Just
nothing's
not going
happening.
anywhere.
Look at it. 60 pips spread. And the last 8 minutes, it's moving a bit now, but call it 8 minutes, it's moving about 9 or 10 pips. I've never seen anything like that. You've been doing this about 3 years, eh, Ivan? I've done even longer. Never seen that before. I've seen it in decision. I've seen whiplash, but in the end, it makes its mind up. This is now 10 minutes. That's aeons after a non-farm. I've never seen such international big money, all the PhDs, all the fancy computers. They haven't got a cooking clue. Ah, maybe, but I won't get excited. They just don't know. It's quite a learning curve, eh? Interesting. No, it's all right, Dylan. Stuck on both or without one, put a stop on tomorrow. One stopping out the other, you're hedged. It's irrelevant. It's when you cut your hedge, that's when you start putting your stops in. Well, fast for me, fast for you, Nicky, but some of those guys managed to delete in time. They're the constant pianists who did that. The problem is the guys who went in for the gold and dollar yen or the euro dollar and the dollar yen, guarantee they wouldn't have had time to click on all that to get out of them. So they would have been caught in it on both of them probably. Or they might have got out on one if they're quick enough, but to get out on two at that speed, well, you'd have to be better than Liszt, who, if you ever heard of him, he's a Hungarian now deceased virtuoso on the piano. And he used to write pieces, which is about impossible to play to show off how good he was. No, don't worry about that, Dirk. Most times you get double on when you're doing two. I have nothing against it. Right, make a double loss 2 times out of 10. You make double wins 8 out of 10. Stick with it. And it's not disaster even for me. It's only about what? Maybe there's a good 10 pip spread involved, 5 on the buy and 5 on the sell. So it's only about what, including the spread, 40 pips one from the other. How many times do you trade with a 40 pip stop loss? There's no panic. Always remember the maths to put in perspective in your head. Or I'm practiced at it, but if you get the hang of it, it takes some of the fear out. If you don't understand something, that's fear. If you understand it, it takes the fear out. Increase knowledge, decrease fear. Decrease knowledge, increase fear. That's how it works. You already delete the buy. I'm not deleting any till I see some bloody decision making here. Don't forget, it's 3 o'clock. I will get load shedding, and it does take the time for the router to kick in once the fiber kicks out. So I'll just lose it. So don't panic on that. Normally finish at 3 anyway, but I think you got the idea what to do if you finish at 3 the session. Just keep an eye. If it eventually makes its sodding mind up, then you can cancel the buy order, put your stop in, and hope it comes right. But the guys who got caught in one, put your stop in anyway. You don't have to worry about cancelling the opposite order because you're not in it, clearly. Hope you got the concept what I'm on about. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I hope you can do, Dirk, if you can make it. Don't forget CPI next Thursday. Hopefully we'll do nicely out of that one. Start to someone's woken up and think, I'm sorry for guys who want the upside. I want the downside because I'm short the dollar on the Swiss franc. No, I mean most people are caught in it. I mean, I was caught in it. See, Dirk wants to do it. He's not put off at all. Hey, Dirk, you're not put off. You do the CPI. If at first you don't succeed, give up. No, I don't think so. How would it blow your account? You should, if you blew your account, you're overexposed. You should never, ever risk more than the percentage of your balance in a trade. This is not invest, it's speculative. It's speculative trading is. So you always go with the right. If you blow account on one trade, your volumes are up to maggots. Please, Zuzu, don't do that. Never give up. You should have told my last wife that, Dirk. She gave up on me. I'm only joking. I think I'm gonna take the buy. Oh God, right, take the buy. I think I will. It takes 40 pips. So I'm gonna take the buy out and put my stop there. That's at least that was a negative earlier on. At least that's coming right. Put the stop. I'm not gonna wide stop. I'll give it 50 pips. Make sure I'm in the sell. That's correct. TP, I'm not sure. Let's have a look. I'll take it down. I'll take it out of here. Is that good? No, I'll take it out of here. 141.24. Okay, now we got a moment or two. Now you're on here. I know a lot of people train, they've been to class, etc., but they still don't know how to partially close. So I'm just going to take a few seconds to show you how to do that. Right. You want to partially close. I can't do that on, and they said Discovery here, on Disney, because the market only opens at 3:30. So I can't touch that till the market opens, but I can touch this one if I want. So I'm not going to change it, but I'm showing you how it's done. You don't go to the stop loss or TP area. You highlight what you want to do, go to volume, and you double click. Now I've got 12 micros, you can see there. Now I'm deciding for whatever reason, I want to modify my stop into profit, clearly. So if I get stopped out, I'm still in profit, but it's near resistance. I think I'm going to partially close, not to close it in case it breaks resistance and goes further up. I'm still on board. If it comes down, well, so be it. I'm stopped out in a profit. So I'm going to close, pretend, I'm not really going to do it, I'm sure how to do it. I'm going to close half. So that's 0.06. So I do that again for you, okay? I highlight the one I want to do. Go to the volume if you like. Go anywhere outside these two. Make it easy. Just highlight it, double click on the volume. And then where it says volume up there, you put in what you want to close. I'm going to pretend to bank 6 micros. You can't do if you've got 1 micro. That's the minimum. If you've got more than that, you can, okay? 0.06, that's half of it. Then I will click the close button. When I do that, that'll change to 0.06, and that'll change from 700 to 350. I bank 350, and that'll change to 0.06. You don't have to close the entire position. You can bank part of it if you like. Everyone got that? I hope it doesn't, Chantel. I'm sorry, I'm in a cell now. I'm not on your side. I'm the wrong person to speak to. I'm this one time it comes to money, Chantel, I am not a gentleman. Chivalry goes out when the money is involved. I'm sorry about that. I hope it's going to continue down. See, I have to tell you what, that was 300 Rand down. Now it's 800 Rand up. So that one said, oh, this is coming to the party. Oh, goody gumdrop. Sorry about that. You buy on now's the beauty. Okay, fine, Michael. Right, yeah. If we have a bit of banter and humor in times of stress, it helps the situation, I think. If you're on the sell, I've got it at 142. Where have I got it? It says so there, 142.90. Okay. Okay, so everyone know how you can partially close. You don't have to totally close your trade. Hope you all know that. If you're losing and you want to even cut your losses, I don't often close a losing trade. I've got my strategy, I've got my volumes. I don't often do that, but but you can if you want. Hope everyone's got the position size calculator. Now I'm on the subject. Some people still don't have it. There it is. Have it. Well, how do you get it if you don't have it? Only for laptops and not, repeat, not for shares. For Forex, currencies and commodities, you go to the live chat, go to technical support, and they'll help you download it onto your laptop. If you've got a phone, well, you have to go to the App Store and find one there. Hope that makes sense. Okay. Right. So that will show you volumes. You want, and it's defaulted to a micro. So it says 100 Rand a micro, and you want to risk 500 Rand. Doesn't matter what your leverage is. You want to risk 500 Rand, then it's 5 micros. If it says 50 Rand a micro, then you go for 10 micros. One volume size for position doesn't fit all. And the way to do it is get this calculator. The major reason I say as high as 90%. If Clinton, you're still there, he might have left, I can't see his name. But anybody who's been trained for a while, I'm telling you right now, Ivan, who's been trained for 2 years, will tell you this. 90% of the people who rise, not because they're intelligent or unintelligent or because they've done the course or not done the course, is because they get the volumes incorrectly, they're not disciplined on the volumes, and the emotions are ruling their heads. They're trading emotionally and they got the wrong volumes. When a guy says, that's just completely broken me in two, that last trade, I've lost all my money, then all I can say, you were overexposed. You must make sure you go in before you click the buy or sell button. You've got to say to yourself, can I afford to risk that? If not what money I can make, what I can afford to risk. If you can't afford to risk it, reduce it. Only go in what you can afford to lose. And then you start modifying the stop. Guys are lost on trades because it got nearly to the TP. They didn't modify the stop. Something went wrong and it stopped them out. They turned a win to loser. If you lose, you lose. That happens. But if you're in a winner, not too close. Don't get it 10 pips away. You'll get knocked out in the noise. Come to the trade and we'll go into more detail. But modify your stop. If you bought here and your stop's down here somewhere and it's up there, you don't leave your stop down here. Modify it. Often you modify it to profit. The NZD JPY, the CAD JPY are now slightly below the signal price. They went up before that happened. I modified the stop. I stopped out on both occasions in a profit. So I'm out of those 2 trades. They didn't hit the TP or the target, but I made money on them. People, unfortunately, they won't come to the trade room, won't do this homework, won't do this stuff, and they're losing on winning trades because they're not doing their stuff. Come to the training room and we'll do the practical, but don't come unless you've done a couple of classes and you know the basics. Okay. Otherwise you understand what the hell we're on about. But you say you got stopped out, but your account's intact. You live to fight another day. Fair enough. You don't want to say, I'm like poker, I'm going all in. Well, that means if you don't win that round, you're out. What's the purpose of that? Okay, guys, any questions? Anyone? See, even then, I got caught in both. Hey, Farney, are you still there? Yes, you are. Got caught in both. Found the sell seemed to be taken over. I had my both are open. Then had one hedge the other, and now I've decided to close my buy. I'm now in the sell. See, Anna Marie on that. The pulse levels might have been higher, but what the hell? Now look at it. I'm at a couple of bucks profit. Okay. So it's not a complete disaster.
I agree. It's not complete a disaster. It's less profit, but good experience.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's less profit because I took a loss on the other one. Okay, I did take a loss on the other one. I get that. Let's just see. I took about 250 loss, I think. I took a loss in the dollar. Oh, that didn't as big as that. Okay, I took a big loss on that one. Okay, well, I hope it comes right. But if you want to feel better, I took some profits in the others. So, okay. So that makes up for it. So don't panic. A couple more, I think, up there. See some, so don't panic on it. That's why I normally have it down here. I don't like looking at it all the time. Just showing you how to do a cut your position thing. I have it down here and the trainer will know that. I don't like staring all the time. So that's got to do pretty well to make up for that loss. It was a bit less than that. Okay, so be it. But it might work out. But what the hell? I made good money on the other one. I think you put it. Where's my stop? You can 140. Make it 142.90. That's where my stop is. If it takes out 142 and continues down, then you can start modifying it to what price to get in. What price do you get in on, Martin? What price your sell triggered at? If you give me that information, I can help you. I need that information. Not tomorrow, but like now, because I'm going to get cut off on the internet just now. My inverter hopefully will be back by Monday. I'm chasing out, haven't got back to me on yet, but I hope I get it back with a problem. So when I ask a question, you need to write it down. What price did you enter the sell of the dollar yen? What price were you kicked in on? 142.40. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, make it 142.50. Then you can't lose. Or you might lose 1 pip or 5 pips on the spread. Make it 142.50. If it takes out 142, you can either take your profit or move it down to 142.30. You get a profit either way, and because it might break 142. If it starts bouncing, it might be play safe go on the weekend. Just take your profit. Hope you got that. Did you get that, Martin? Got it. Good man. Any questions, guys? Well, I know you can't say repeat because that was particularly Martin's figures. You might have different figures. People. You need to give me the figures you're in. Otherwise, you're a different situation. You might got in 142.40. It's a completely different ball game. If you got in 142.49 on the sell, not the buy, the sell, you can make a stop loss around about entry. If you got it at 142.30, you clearly can't because you're going to get knocked out in the noise.
Hello, Roger.
Yeah. Hello.
So, hi. So what happened with me was that it whiplashed to the sell first, right? On gold, my entry was 1930.
Okay.
Right? But when I look at my history, it says 1925.04.
Yeah, because the spread probably. Anyway, let's have a look. You'll take out the spread. Remember that. The spread. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about the spread? Oh, God. If you let's get this back again. Okay. I hope everyone knows when I'm talking about the spread. That's the market maker's commission. That's the spread. So on gold now. Look, the buy price is 90. The sell price is 60. So 70 cents differential. That's the spread. Okay. Anyway, go on.
So obviously now when it goes back up, if you had put me in the entry, I don't think I would still, I wouldn't have time to close it, even if it's in the negative, right? But now it pushed down and then it went up. When it went up, obviously because it pushed my entry price so further or so low, when it went back up, the amount from the sell was much bigger than the amount on the buy. So it canceled itself out, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's correct, because the spread involved. That's why it was a 30 pip differential, but it worked out a 40 pip differential because of 10 pips, 5 pips each way on the spread. 5 and 5 is 10. Correct, yeah.
And then it just canceled the whole account out.
Well, you can't cancel your account out because you went in too big. Can't cancel your account out. If you cancel your account out, you're in too big or you don't have any money in your account. One or the other. Shouldn't. Yeah.
Because the way I calculated it, the amount, because it pushed it so further down the entry, because I suppose because of the volatility. When it went up, like I said, the sell was much, much bigger than the buy. It wasn't balancing.
It wouldn't balance because the spread's involved. There's a gap between. So 20 pip, 10 above, 10 below, plus the spreads. You get my point. So you got a 20 plus the spread, should be about 30 pip gap. But that's not really the issue. One heads the other, like I showed you. My issue, if you broke your account on one trade, your volumes are incorrect. That shouldn't happen. Never, ever, ever. I mean, people don't seem to get this. You don't go on payday and spend the whole salary going out shopping. Because you got the rent to pay, food to pay, other stuff to pay. You work it out. I don't know what your balance is, but you work it out. That's the trouble, I have to say, guys with very small balances. That because most of the trades, they can't go in, even one micro, because they're overexposed. And then they certainly can't go for 2 trades, because then again, they'll be totally overexposed. They're risking margin call. So what they do, they increase the leverage. How's that going to help? I mean, it won't change 500 or 1,000 rand by increasing the leverage. It means encouraging a person to overexpose, and then that's how you blow your account. You've got to work out equity management. It's like a budget. You go shopping, you work out your budget. You say, right, I'm earning 10,000. I've got to pay out 7 grand on bills. So I've got maybe out of that, maybe 800 rand a week to spend on shopping. You don't go and spend 2 grand on shopping. You work it out. Common sense. Get the volumes. Okay, could you mute yourself, who's in the background? Get my point. Now, remember, gold goes the opposite direction of the dollar. If the dollar's weakening, it's good for gold. So the gold will go up because the dollar's weakening. Please, yeah, the dollar's weakened quite a lot. We should get more downside. Just look at my DXY. Those who haven't got it, I'll copy and paste for you. That's the dollar index. Just give me a second. And I'll post it for you on the live chat for you. Keep it and minimize it and use it when you're trading. Have it handy there. Very important. I'm looking at the wrong one there. Sorry. Very, very important. Economic calendar. I'll do that for you. A lot of guys don't have it. You'll have it in a moment. So you can keep an eye on what's happening on the fundamental front. There you are. If you've got 2,500 rand or more, or $150 or more, and you want to be a member of my VIP group, I'll give you my details. 1 second. For WhatsApp, by the way, trading support. 061 529 3431, or if you're overseas, it'll be +2761 529 3431. Just WhatsApp, let me know, and give me your full names, live account number. I'll check it out on the admins, and then I'll upload you. Okay. So remember, the dollar's going up means the rand's going down. So the dollar's going down currency. And looking at the DXY, I see the red coming off. So hold on to your shorts. It's looking good. All good, guys. I'm going to get cut off just now. We're load shedding the theory, unless it's a bit late. Any questions before we shoot off?
Yeah, no, I'm going to shoot off now.
Okay, Clinton. Oh, thanks very much, by the way. I thought you'd left. Okay, good stuff. Okay, cheers, mate. Right. Hope you're better by Monday. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure I will be.
Okay.
Roger.
Yeah.
I went in for gold at 1933.8.
Yeah,
And
brilliant.
then my stop loss is currently 1938.11. Is that too small? Too small?
No, far too. It's $2. That's far too tight. I'll use a 4-hour for a stop. What's the distance here? That's too far. It's jumped around a lot in the 4 hours, isn't it? Try an hourly one. I don't really like less than $10. I think you can make it down here make it $10 away. If you get too close, you get stopped out in the noise, and it might go on to 1960, 1970. Who knows?
Okay, so which one you put it on? 19. Sorry, I missed that.
Make it 1932.
1932. Okay. And then for the take profits?
Good question. Good question. Make it 1970. The year I was born, guys. Do you believe that, Nikki?
Oh, okay.
No, not quite true, I'm afraid. I wish it was.
I was gonna say.
I've had a haggard life. That's why you think I look older. That's it. Someone doing a trade or an upgrade there, a bang in the background. Okay, 1970, make it 1932. Give it a run if you're in. If you're short the dollar, long the gold, give it a run. The dollar index is coming off. I've given you the posting there, and it might continue after all that indecision. Seems to be getting some direction. Okay, guys. Any question before we leave for the weekend?
Oh, wait. So after this, since the non-farms kind of set out like what's going to happen for the rest of the charts, when you leave or should you rather like close it now, or should you rather let it run with your levels in, knowing that the non-farms are kind of going to go in that same direction?
Say that again. Say that again. I missed that. Say it again.
Okay, so I was asking, like, should I rather close it now, knowing that it's in a tiny profit, and then or let it run?
No. Well, you can if you want. You might get stopped out with a loss. You can if you like. But 3:30, the American markets are opening. The dollar index is coming off. They might start getting on the bandwagon and push it further. That's the risk and choice you make. Do you want to risk a loss on it, although you put a stop loss in, or hold on for a decent profit? You're only up, what, $2 or $3? But what I'm saying, the DXY is coming off. Something changed. I don't know. Nobody does it. That's what creates the market. But I'm working on the position. The odds seem to be on more downside on the dollar, which is more upside in the gold. So maybe you should think about giving it a chance to go a little bit further. Okay.
Okay.
I'm giving advice on probability, not on 100%. Right. When you start, everyone expects you know. I don't know. Nobody does. Okay, work on probability.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
good
you.
stuff. You went at 1, 2. Okay, Edwin. 339 on the US dollar. Let's go back to yen. Let's go back to that guy. Right, let's have a look at that. It's doing okay. Oh, it's doing nicely. Aha, it's doing nicely. You can get your stop loss, Martin. You're still there. Get your stop loss down to 142.30. Then you got a profit, whatever happens. It's coming off beautifully. What a pleasure. Dollar yen looks like I'm going to get back that cock up on the buy order. What a pleasure. Well, what's it? 33. Never mind the 9 part. We're after pips, not points. 33. Bring it down to entry, Edwin. Bring your stop loss down to entry. So at least you take the risk out of the trade. And you take the risk out of the trade, and hopefully it might continue down. It's bouncing a little bit around the round figure. 1.42 is a round figure. Bit of profit taking. That's normally happens. Psychological center resistance support. But if you can get rid of the profit takers and start moving further down, ride the damn thing. Okay. And then Hoppers 3, if that dollar continues to weaken, the big guys open America might climb on the bandwagon and start selling off the dollar. Then all the shorts the dollar and the buyers on gold get big smiles on their face going to the weekend. And despite the whiplash, we've done all right. At the moment, I'm doing okay. I haven't really, because it took a bit of a knock on the buy, but never mind. I'm getting most of it back. I'm hoping I'll go into profit anyway. So I've turned out a bad one to a good one. So we're all hoping for a weaker dollar. And quite frankly, I have made a profit out of it because I was 300 Rand down the dollar Swiss franc before 2 o'clock. Now I'm 1,200 bucks up. So it's a 1,500 Rand turnaround, and I'm practically breaking even on this guy here. So for me, I'm doing just fine on it. It shows how to I'm not saying to show off. I'm just saying how, lemons can be turned to lemonade if you think on your feet. If you can think on your feet a bit. And because of the weak job market, it looks like a bit of a hawkish stance might come out of the Fed, and that's going to weaken the dollar. Not hawkish, a dovish stance, weaken the dollar a bit. Hopefully that's going to continue. Well, why not? And don't just to recover your loss. No, make a profit. That's not the right attitude. Just to cover your loss. No ways. You're not here just to cover your loss. You're here to make a profit. No, run the damn thing. You might find him. No, you cover your loss. You're in a profit. Yeah. No, we're not here to cover our losses, my friend. No ways. Well, Sam, we've had the stability. You should have closed your long a long time ago. You've got to keep up with this, Sam. It's got to be on it. I closed already. You saw me do that. Now you got a fat loss in your buy.
I'm just asking. I'm not in it.
Oh, you're not. Thank goodness for that. So, well, the best thing, if you're caught in both, hasn't happened quite a while, but it happened this time, then watch what I do. I've closed it. You saw me close it. And if you're in that situation, you close at the same time, and you adjust according to the half-hour chit-chat I've had since after the release. You know what I mean? And I know what happens when anyone does this. They want it exact. How far is it from Job to Durban? 550 Ks. This is not an exact market. You got to think on your feet a little bit. And the dollar's still weakening, which is good. So hopefully we're going to break through the 142. And what's gold doing? Hopefully it's continuing to break up.
Hi, Roger.
Start to break. Yeah, it's breaking up a bit. Good. Go on.
Just a quick question on the gold. I've been listening to what you're saying and obviously how the gold will get affected. Just a quick question on the gold, though. I've obviously just paid attention to the current NFP that we just did. But I obviously don't have any trades open on gold. But based on the market move, would it still be good to climb in on a buy on gold now, or should I rather just avoid it?
Not a bad question, actually. Well, two things. You might, if you're going out for a few drinks tonight, you're relaxing, you're going to the weekend, markets close the weekend, you might want to wait till Monday. If that's not the case, I see upside on gold, yeah. You can have a tight stop, $10 below. In fact, yeah, make it $10 below. Make it 1930, a little bit, $10 a bit tight if you're going in now. I said that to Nikki just now because she got in a slightly better price. If you go in now, make it 1930, which is $13 away, and you can take to 1970. You still get a risk reward.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Okay, yeah. But if you want to be nice and relaxed over the weekend, mind you still go in. You can put, if it goes up to 1950, you can get your stop up to break even, and then you can relax and go out, have a couple of toots, watch the rugby twice tomorrow. But you know what I mean? Because you're covered anyway. Don't forget, you can modify your stop not too close to cover yourself anyway. Okay.
Look, I've still got palpitations from that whiplash. So,
well, you say that, but it's been. I hear you. It gets palpitations, but if you think clearly, or it's a bit of experience on my part kicking in, the situation is most of it's been rescued anyway. So we turned a lemon to a lemonade. But I'm getting the impression some of the questions you're asking, you've traded before. This is not the first time for you, is it?
Well, on and off over many years, but I've never really got in and stuck with it. So this time, hopefully, with the tools available to me, I'll ride the storm and take the knocks here and there. And then obviously I'll do the same thing as the other guys posted. I'll take one loss if I can get 3 or 4 wins. So then I'm not too averse to taking a loss here and there.
I see that. Yeah. Okay, that's fair enough. But I often find I've got people who come in and joined us, and some trade for a year and sometimes 2 years, and it's astounding what they don't know, because I don't think where they've been before, I know what brokers they've been before, we've been dealing with them, have not been any hand-holding, any explanation on the practical side. They've gone around and watched a couple of YouTubes, done a bit of studying on theory, and they've not understood the practical aspects. So I just want to say that if you can find the time to join the training room, great. If you can't, go at least recorded ones, because the practical's where it's at. I always example of university. When you go to university, you study for 4 or 5 years, you probably find about 70–80% what you learn at university, you never use in the commercial world. It's the practical stuff you need. You know what I mean? So you need the grounding, you need the degree, you need to, you need that studying. I get that. Obviously, you got to know that. But then you can then you got to use that theory and come put into practice. That's what we're trying to help with. And a lot of this is practice I picked up over the time anyway.
Look, that's why I've got a demo account. So that's play money. So the sky's the limit there.
Okay, I want to mention something in the demo, John. Sorry. Demos, you shouldn't be joining us on a demo. Trading room is not for demos. Brokers are not for demos. This is not for demos. Luckily, we didn't have a full house. Somebody might not even get into it, want to trade because there's a guy on the demo. Demo guys.
No. I'm in on my live account at the moment.
Okay,
but what I'm saying is for playing around or testing theories or getting the practical experience,
absolutely.
the demo account's brilliant, because if you lose R1 million, I don't really care, because it's not a real R1 million. So yeah.
Absolutely. I want to just extrapolate those guys still here, what he just said there. The demo account, it will not teach you how to trade. It will not. As I said before, the emotional part of trading, the discipline that goes with it, is the biggest hiccup in trading. If there's fake money on it, monopoly money on it, you're not getting that emotion. It's trying to go for a 4-foot putt on the driving range. Now you go for the same 4-foot putt and there's 100,000 rand on it, a different 4-foot putt. So what I'm trying to say is learn new strategies, as John said there, and learn how to operate the platform, which is essential. But to learn how to trade in a demo, it's self-kidology. And the longer you spend on it, I know I did this, all experienced this, the more tough it is to get off it. And you make one loss in the reel and you get off it, you rush back to the demo and it's self-kidology. You're wasting your time. You have to get off that bloody demo and live. If you got frightened, go in for the minimum amount. You won't make much money, but at least you're trading live to get over to understand the emotion involved, because that's where the challenges are. You don't get that on the demo. I can't overstate that. I know, I've been there. So just do what John says. Keep the demo. If you once you learn how to operate the platform, use it to learn new strategy. I'm going to try out a strategy with a Bollinger Band or a 21-day exponential crossing a 40-day, I don't know, simple moving average back test or what. Sure, but don't try and learn trading on a demo. It gives you a fool's paradise. Trust me, I've been there. Very, very, very different when there's money on it and there's no money on it. Completely different mental attitude. Very important. Okay, guys. I think that's about it. You probably want to go off on your weekend now. I've got a couple things to do, and then I'll hopefully enjoy mine. And oh yeah, another little tip before you go: modify your stop. Don't take profit too quickly. When people start, they hang on to their losses, they move the stop loss away, and they hang on to their losses. But as soon as they see a profit, they're so panicky in case it take it away from them, they get out. So they take 10 pip profits. I don't know why they use a risk calculator. They take 10 pip profits every 5 minutes. They do 5 winning trades, they make 50 pips profit. They hold on to their loss. Now they're doing 70, 80 pips. They blow their account. You're not going to win 10 times and lose once. It's not going to happen. So try and run with it. Modify your stop. Run with it. If that's your TP where my crosshair is and the momentum's still there, modify your TP. Modify your stop. If you're nervous, maybe cut your position. Take a couple of micros or minis, or cut your position, back a bit and let it run. I've done that. I do that quite a lot. But run with your profits. But most people run with their losses, modify the stop away, and then they can't trade, they're panicking, they blow their account. Run with your profits. Got to start thinking that way. Emotional discipline. Join me in the trading room. Not because I want my ratings up, which I do, but the major point, Get rid of these mistakes which you can control. I can't control the market, but I can hand out the basic beginner's mistakes pretty damn rapidly. Join me there, because people continue to do it. Ask John, ask Farney. They've been trading for a while. They started, probably didn't get much trading room guidance or whatever. Even Ivan, he up and down, didn't know where he's going, like chasing his own tail. Probably back me up on that. Come to the trading room. If you don't, unless you don't do that, the chances are you're going to battle. Okay. On that note, see you on Thursday next week, 2 o'clock, same time, same channel, same place, folks. Cheers, guys. Cheers, guys.